Now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full, I've traveled each and every highway, but much more than this, I did it my way. Regrets, I had a few, but then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do, and saw it through without exemption. I planned each charted course, each careful step along the byway. No, much more than this, I did it my way. Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when I bit off more than I could chew, but through it all, when there was doubt, I ate it up and spit it out. I faced it all, and I stood tall and did it my way. I've laughed and cried. Hello guys, welcome back to this new episode in which I will show you how to play Frank Sinatra's song My Way. Ed Sheeran with Charlie Winston did this fun cover version, which is a great example of how a classic orchestra song can be played acoustically. And I will show you how to play a simple version of it using only open chords, so let's waste no time. The tuning will be standard, no capo, and we will be playing it in the key of D. Regular D. You know how to play regular D. That's the first finger on the third string on the second fret. The second finger goes on the first string on the second fret, and your third on the second string, third fret. So regular D chord, and then what we have to do, we just have to move this second string D note to the second fret, to the C sharp. Alright, so it's D major 7, 3 strings on the second fret. Now we have to move that second string to the first fret, and we'll play a C note. Alright, all we have to do is just play the string, all those 3 notes, while having a D chord. And then the B7 chord. B7 chord is your middle or second finger on the 5th string on the 2nd fret, then the first finger on the 4th string on the 1st fret, the third finger on the 3rd string on the 2nd fret. We leave the 2nd string open, and your pinky goes on the 1st string on the 2nd fret. Alright, we have to play all these chords exactly 1 bar long, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we have to play another line, another melody. Alright, regular E minor. Then we put our 3rd or 4th finger or pinky or the ring finger, doesn't really matter, again, whichever way is better for you, on the 2nd string on the 3rd fret. Then move it to the 2nd fret. Alright, so friend, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case. Then we go to A major chord or A major 7. Right, so let's do it one more time. My friends, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case, of which I'm certain, and we go back to D. So let me show you one more time the whole thing, then we'll go further in that verse. D, and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, E minor, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now let's move on and let's go to the last part of the verse. I've lived the life that's full. As you see, we're doing the same D progression as we did in the beginning of the verse, but we're gonna do it faster. I've lived to the life that's full, 2, 3, 4. So the first 2 chords will change in the same bar, and then the third chord we keep the whole bar. So it's 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4. All right, one more time. I've lived the life that's full, 3 D chords. I've traveled each G and every highway, GM7. And GM7 is, you have to play this 4-finger G, like G chord, but you covering not just the first string on a 3rd fret, but also the 2nd string on a 3rd fret. Because you play regular G, and you go to the GM7, it doesn't sound right, so I have to play this 4-finger G. Playing every highway, GM7. And then we go back to D, but more, much more than this, A. I did it my, back to G, way, back to D. Okay, let's jump to the chorus. And the chorus will also start with this D chord progression as we did in the second part of the verse. So it's 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And it sounds like this. And yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew too, when I bit, then we go to G, bit off more than I could chew. Keep 2 bars on a G. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we go to E minor. And through it all, when there was doubt. The E minor that I just played here, it's E minor 7. What happened when I play this 4-finger G, I just keep those 3rd and the 4th fingers on the 3rd fret, on the 1st and the 2nd strings, and only move the 1st and the 2nd finger to the E position. So from G, it sounds really nice, that E minor chords, E minor 7 chord. So if you never played it, there will just be another chord in your sleeve. You can play regular E as well, regular E minor, I'm sorry. So it's one more time. And yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when I bit off G more than I could chew. G one more time. But through it all, E minor 7, when there was doubt, A. Now, after that will be a couple of stranger chords. I ate it up and spit it out. and those are gonna be F sharp 7 and B minor 7. They can also be played as the bar chords. Maybe sound even a little bit better than the bar chords, but they can also be played as an open chords. And let me show you F sharp 7 chord. Your first finger goes on the second string on the second fret. Then the second finger goes on the third string on the third fret. And then your third finger goes on the fifth string on the fourth fret, and the pinky goes on the fourth string on the fourth fret. You don't play the sixth string. Sixth string is not good with this chord. I hate it up. And now what we have to do, we have to move all the fingers as they are in this position. One string down to the first finger goes to the first string, the second finger goes to the second string on the third fret, and the ring and pinky goes to fourth and the third string. And we play only 4 strings in this case. You can mute those 2 upper strings with your thumb. So it's I let it out and spit it out. And then you can release the fifth string, the pinky from the fifth string, and let it sound. So it will be like transition chord. You don't have to play that, but sounds nice. So before you go back to G. And then it back to G. My way. Yes, there were times too, I'm sure you knew. G, when I bit off 2, 3 more than I could chew. E minor, but through it all, well, there was doubt, eh? F sharp 7. I ate it up. B minor 7 and spit it out. Back to E minor. I faced it all, and I stood tall, eh? And did it G, my, back to D, way. That's it with chords. Strumming. There's lots of strumming in the song, and it might be tricky if you want to strum exactly like I do, or like, you know, the Charlie Winston in this cover. But you don't have to be precise. That's the whole thing. I mean, you can listen to it. I try to listen to Charlie Winston and strum like he does, but then I noticed that he changes that strumming pattern a little bit there and there. It varies. First of all, it's lots of strums and upstrums, lots of notes. It's like 16th note in a bar. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Every count of 1 has 4 tick notes in it. Only thing I can recommend you is just to listen to the cover and play along with it, and don't limit yourself with anything. Like, again, the most important thing when you make a cover of the song, to play the right chords. Even the chords sometimes can be changed or substituted if they sound good. Strumming, it's another thing. You can strum slower, you can strum faster, you can change the mood of the song just by strumming. We have to finish with this tutorial. It's already got dark outside. 1, Alright, so it's 1, dum, dum, da, dum, dum. right? And don't forget to play the A chord between the verses and the choruses. It's like the connecting chord. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you learned something from it. And again, it's really hard to teach you a song in just those whatever 15 or 20 minutes, but you have to get the idea. You have to get the right chords, and then you have to practice. Practice, practice, practice. Practicing is the key. So happy practice for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If yes, give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one. To say